Know what you're going to say when you get up to speak. Know those first two sentences. How are you going to grab the audience's attention? Are you going to ask them a question? Like when I came up here, I asked you all a question, right? I engaged you to kind of see how you feel so you could give me some feedback, right? Then you want to know your closing, because if you know where you're going, you'll be confident that you can get there. So you want to end with a punch as well. So you don't want to go through your whole speech and you've shared all this good stuff and then your ending falls flat. And you're like, okay, y'all, that's it. No, you want to have something to leave them to think about, right? Okay, so memorize your beginning, memorize your end, and have your points. The next thing I would say is that pauses are okay. It's okay to pause because we have our filler words like, you know. Mine is right because I think I've said right a couple of times, but it's okay. But before you say that filler word, when you're getting ready to say just take a minute to pause and then finish your statement. And you won't say you won't say you won't stumble over your words. It's okay to pause. It's okay to pause. Then I would say vocal variety. Now, as I have been given this speech, I've had ups, downs, ebbs, flows. You know, my voice has gone up, it's gone down, it's done all kinds of things, right? To emphasize what I've had to say. So when you get up and talk, don't do this now. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Today, I'm going to talk about finding your voice. Now, if I got up here and did that, what would y'all have done? Zone me out, right? So make sure that you have some vocal variety. Make sure that you are able to express yourself in a variety of ways. And then I think, eye contact. Now, I have become comfortable, so I'm able to look at you all. I think I've looked at everybody that's here directly in your face in some way, shape, or form, right? But if you're not comfortable doing that, what you can do is pick 3 points in the room. So I could look right here. I'm not looking directly at anyone, but I'm looking above your head. But it looks like I'm engaging with you. Then I could look in the back of the room. I could look over the officer's head right there. Then I could look at this side of the room. I'm looking over the head, but it looks like I'm looking over there. So if you're not comfortable looking at people directly in their eye, just find those points in your room and just go about that. Now, if there is someone in the room that's a friendly face, someone that's smiling at you, like Miss Graham, she's smiling at me. So if I get nervous, I can look at Miss Graham. I know she's gonna smile at me. So those are some things to think about as well. And then lastly, I'm gonna tap into leadership because I know we talked a lot about public speaking as well, but leadership ties into it also because we are all leaders. Did you know you were a leader? How many of you know that you're a leader? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay, very good, very good. We got some leaders in the room. But whether you raised your hand or not, you are a leader. Why are you a leader? Because someone is looking up to you. Someone is following you. They're watching you from the smallest. Like we have young Nash back there. He has some friends that are probably looking up to him, right? So no matter how old you are, there's someone that's looking up to you. There's someone that's gleaning from what you're doing, and they're watching you. So you want to set the right example, right? So that's what I want you all to know. We're all leaders. We want to lead by example. We want to be like the people that we want to follow us. We want to show them how they should be. We want to be kind. We want to be courteous. We want to do all of those things. So if we set the example, then we're giving them something good to follow. Then we want to set expectations. Now, this is more maybe for our adults or people that are already in the workforce. If you are a leader at work or you're a leader at church or you're a leader in your community and you have a team, you want to make sure that you set the expectations early. As soon as you get up in there, you want to tell them, this is what's expected. I expect you to do this, 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 and this, and this. And do not expect them to do anything that you would not do. Don't bark orders at people and tell them to do stuff, and it's something that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. You have to be willing to work as well. And then lastly, let's operate in integrity. Okay? What is integrity? Doing the right thing for the right reason, even if no one is watching. That's just like when you were little and your mom said, you better clean this house. And you wasted time watching TV, video games, all of that kind of thing. And then it's 5 minutes before she's supposed to walk in the door. Now all of a sudden you rushing around the house and you trying to clean, you trying to make up your bed, you're trying to do all that kind of thing. No, if she asks you to do it, just do it. It really makes your life easier, young people. I think y'all don't think it does, but if you just do what your parents say, it really just makes life more easy. Okay. And then I did want to share, before I leave, a tip for the parents. Okay. We must speak life to our children. We must encourage them. We cannot silence them. When I was young, I was from the generation of children were seen, not heard. I could not question my parents. I couldn't tell them anything. None of that. I just had to go with the flow. Whatever they said, I had to do it. Because if you question them, you were considered disrespectful. Now you all have a little more freedom in that. You can ask your parents questions. You can come to them. They want to be an open book, right? And so parents, we have to be open to when our children come to us. Don't shut them down and say, I don't want to hear that. Or what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Or that's just crazy. And we know we say stuff like that. But we don't want to do that to our children. We want to listen. Even if it's a time where maybe we're busy and we can't listen, don't just dismiss them. Just say, give me a moment and I'll talk to you in a few minutes. And really sit down and listen to your children. Okay? Speak life to them, encourage them. Do not silence them. Do not shut them down. Because when you do that, it's going to lead to adults that are not able to talk, that do not have confidence, that have low self-esteem, and cannot make it in this world. And that's not our job. Our job is to train them up in the way that they should go so they will not depart from it. So I would say to your parents, please talk to your children. Even have the conversation with them. I have asked my son a couple of times, is there anything that I can do better as a parent? Do you feel like I'm listening to you? It's okay to ask your children that. Don't be so proud that you can't ask your children how they feel about how you are as a parent. Also, don't be afraid to apologize. It doesn't make you less than to apologize to your children. If you yell, scream, got upset, whatever the case may be, apologize. How many of you young people would appreciate it if your parents apologized to you? You would, right? If they did something that hurt you, you would appreciate it if they apologized, if they listened to you, if they talked to you. Okay? So I wanted to encourage you all to use your voice. And lastly, I just want a couple of volunteers to come up here. And I want you to say your name, and I want you to say our affirmation. This is going to be your first test of public speaking. Who's ready? Got a volunteer. Now you don't want me to volunteer you, because I'll do it. Right? Come on, young lady in the gray, you come up here for me. So I want you to say your name, I am, and your name, and then say, I have something to say. And somebody needs to.
Okay. I am Alicia Brown, and I have something to say, and somebody needs to hear it.
Very good, very good. All right. Miss number one, I know you hate public speaking. Are you willing to give it a try? Y'all encourage her. Say your name, and then say our affirmation. I have something to say, and somebody needs to hear it.
I am Imani Allen. I have something to say, and someone needs to hear it.
Very good. Very good. Isn't that awesome, y'all? One more person, because, we got to do it. 3, we in church. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So need one more person. Who we going to do? She tapping you, so you going to come up for me? I'm not going to make you. I understand. All right, would you like to come up back there? Yeah, behind you. Keep looking. No, I'm talking in the black shirt. Okay, so say your name, and then say, I have something to say, and somebody needs to hear it.
I'm Damien, and I have something to say. Somebody needs to hear it.
Very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I hope that something that I said today helped you all. Thank you all for participating. And remember that you truly have something to say. Remember that you can find your voice. And what you have to say is going to impact somebody. God bless y'all. And I'll be back later on.